Have you ever promised a consequence but never followed through because you were too tired, too busy, or simply frustrated? If so, you're not alone. One of the biggest challenges parents face today is discipline. Many loving parents want to raise respectful, responsible children, but somewhere along the way, discipline becomes a daily battle filled with yelling, arguments, tears, and guilt. The truth is that most parents aren't struggling because they don't love their children. They're struggling because they've unknowingly adopted discipline habits that don't actually work. In today's video, we'll discuss the biggest discipline mistakes parents make and, more importantly, what you can do instead to raise confident, respectful, and well-behaved children. Let's begin. Mistake number one, being inconsistent. One of the most common discipline mistakes is inconsistency. For example, one day you tell your child they can only have 1 hour of screen time. The next day, they spend 4 hours on a tablet because you're busy. Or perhaps you tell your child there will be consequences for not doing their chores, but nothing happens when they ignore them. Children learn through patterns. When rules constantly change, children become confused. They start testing boundaries because they don't know which rules truly matter. What to do instead? Create clear expectations and stick to them. Children feel safer when they know exactly what is expected and what happens when they choose not to follow the rules. Consistency builds trust and respect. Mistake number two, yelling too often. Many parents use yelling because they feel it's the only way to get their child's attention. But when yelling becomes the primary form of communication, children often stop responding. In fact, some children become so accustomed to yelling that they only react when voices are raised. Yelling can also create fear rather than understanding. A child may obey temporarily, but they often don't learn the lesson behind the behavior. What to do instead? Speak firmly but calmly. Get down to your child's eye level. Use a clear voice. Instead of saying, "How many times do I have to tell you?" Try, "I need you to put your toys away now. Thank you." Calm authority is usually more effective than emotional reactions. Mistake number three, expecting perfection. Children are still learning. They will forget. They will make mistakes. They will test limits. Sometimes parents expect children to behave like adults before they have developed adult-level self-control. This creates frustration for both parent and child. What to do instead? Focus on progress rather than perfection. Every mistake can become a teaching opportunity. Ask yourself, am I teaching my child how to behave, or am I simply punishing them for not already knowing? The goal of discipline is education, not perfection. Mistake number four, using threats instead of consequences. Many parents make threats they never intend to carry out. Examples include, "I'm throwing away all your toys," "You're grounded for a year," "We're never going to the park again." Children quickly learn when consequences are unrealistic. Once that happens, your words lose power. What to do instead? Use logical and reasonable consequences. For example, if a child refuses to put away a toy, the toy may be unavailable for the rest of the day. If a child misuses screen time privileges, screen time may be reduced. Consequences should be connected to the behavior whenever possible. This teaches responsibility rather than fear. Mistake number five, focusing only on bad behavior. Many parents spend most of their time correcting mistakes. Stop that. Don't do that. Why did you do that? As a result, children may feel that the only time they get attention is when they're doing something wrong. What to do instead? Catch your child doing something right. Praise effort, praise kindness, praise responsibility. For example, "I noticed you cleaned up your room without being asked. Thank you for helping your younger brother. I am proud of how patient you were today." Positive reinforcement encourages children to repeat good behavior. Mistake number six, solving every problem for your child. Parents naturally want to protect their children. However, constantly rescuing children from every challenge can prevent them from developing responsibility and problem-solving skills. If children never experience consequences, they don't learn accountability. What to do instead? Allow age-appropriate responsibility. If a child forgets homework occasionally, let them experience the natural result. If they spend all their allowance, resist the urge to replace it immediately. These experiences teach valuable life lessons. Growth often comes from small mistakes. Mistake number seven, not modeling the behavior you want. Children learn more from what they see than from what they hear. You can tell a child to be respectful, but if they see disrespectful communication at home, they will copy what they observe. You can teach patience, kindness, honesty, and self control, but children must see those values demonstrated consistently. What to do instead? Become the example. If you want respectful children, speak respectfully. If you want honest children, practice honesty. If you want responsible children, demonstrate responsibility. Your daily actions are your child's strongest teacher. The purpose of discipline is not to control children. The purpose of discipline is to teach them. True discipline helps children develop self control, responsibility, respect, good decision making, emotional intelligence. Children don't need perfect parents. They need parents who are willing to guide them consistently, lovingly, and patiently. Remember, discipline is not about fear, it's about teaching. It's about preparing children for success in life, and every day is a new opportunity to help them grow. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video in our series on raising respectful, responsible, and confident children. In the comments below, tell me, which discipline mistake do you think parents struggle with the most today? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.